everyone, welcome to Little Stitches blog. My name is Courtney. I'm a mom on a budget showing you how to sew more, spend less, and love what you wear. So today I actually have exciting news. I've been accepted as a pattern tester for the baby coat, the baby camp coat by LaRae Handmade. I think that's how you say it. And I'm super excited. I have never been accepted as a pattern tester, even though I've applied before, so I'm super stoked to be testing this out. So let's get started. So I already cut out all my pieces. Hopefully at this point the patterns are already been released. It should release at the end of July. And all my patterns pieces have been cut. I cut it at the 18 to 24 month size, you know, because my baby's growing super fast. Like, I just can't keep up. She's going to be fit into 24-month clothes before I know it, so I'm trying to get ahead of the game. So I cut out all my pieces, and honestly, it doesn't look that bad so far. The instructions seem pretty easy to follow. She has a video just in case. But let's get started. Let me show you how I'm going to be doing this. And again, I have a bunch of fabric that I've been collecting over the years, and it's really time for it all to go, so I'm really trying not to buy anything else. Side note, I've been buying a lot of stuff, you know, thrifting or super cheap for Christmas. We're buying a lot of bed sheets to make clothes out of for presents. So hopefully that goes well this year. But this is what I'm doing. This is a outdoor canvas. I think it's gonna go really well. I originally planned on making a bag with it, but I did not, and I think it would go really well for this project. I think it's just beautiful. I think it's pretty classy. I just think it would look really well, and based on everything I have, I think it would look the best. For my lining, I had bought this with it. It's just, you know, a navy blue with, you know, kind of looks like a campsite, which would be awesome. But they're just little X's with a dot in the middle. It's a really cute pattern, just pretty simplistic. And I'm going to do something I think is a little different. You know, by the time she's definitely going to be fit into this and wearing it, I wanted to make sure it's warmer. So I have a bunch of batting. Show you quickly. Yes, it's still in the foil, you know, don't want any bugs to get on it, so I'm trying to keep it safe. I'm going to put that in between because it's so loose and it'll definitely catch on my needle and my foot. I am finally going to go through my scrapping as well. I don't think you guys have seen it yet, but it is intense. Like, this whole bucket of just stuff that I have collected over the years, and it needs to go. So I'm just going to use some of my scrap cotton that I have in here to do like a hidden layer. So this is going to go in between the lining, which we'll be showing, and then the outer fabric, and then it'll be the scraps, and then it'll be the batting. So they're all mushed together, and I'll be able to sew it all, and it'll be a lot warmer, and I think it's going to look really good. So the inside will be quilted, but not the outside. But it should be fine. It just means cutting out more fabric. That's really it. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to cut out my pattern pieces first. All of them. And we'll see how much of it I can get done tonight. Okay, so I'm done cutting everything out. I didn't film the batting part. What I just did was I laid down some batting, I traced it with a pen, a marker, whatever, and then I just cut it out. Boom, there it is. So I have my batting layer, I have my in-between layer, I have my outer layer, and then my lining layer. That's a lot of layers. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put my lining layer and my other layer, and I'm going to sandwich each of the batting pieces together so that I have my official lining layer. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to just, stitch around. I'm going to use a stay stitch, so just the longest stitch possible. I'm not going to backspace, just holding it together. And then I will get the pattern going. And yeah. Okay, so I'm on to quilting my pieces. So let's see how that goes.
I did my quilted liner in a diamond pattern, and all my lines are 2 inches apart. I just thought it looked really good like this. And make sure you use a heavy duty needle if you're going to do the same technique that I did, or else, at least for my machine, it doesn't go through and catch the bottom thread. So use a heavy duty needle. And right here, you'll see that I just flipped my project and sewed in the other direction. If you don't do that, you're more likely to have bunching up on the back. And, so I do this to help prevent that. Ew, that hurted! That stinks. Make it spicy.
Chaotic sewing tip number 3. Or moment, whatever. If you don't want to iron because you're lazy and you don't want to get up and set it up, get yourself a quilting roller. It is just like ironing, except so much faster. So nice, so smooth. My seams are ready to go. Example number 2. Boom. So much better. So much less puffy. I'm so happy.
One of the most confusing parts of this pattern was looking at the instructions and trying to attach the collars, just because the pictures didn't really make sense when it came to doing the lining layer on top of it. And so I had to watch the video to make sure I was doing it correctly. And so highly recommend using the video to help you. It's there for a reason, but it definitely helped as I was doing this project. And it helped me learn how to bag the project, which is something I've never had to do before, which is just basically turning it inside out. It's just a phrase I've never heard. I think it was at this point when I became a little uncertain about how thick this jacket was. I was really scared that machine wouldn't be able to handle it, and it just barely did. This is right after that you bag it, so basically you turn it inside out at the sleeve. This part was really confusing until I watched the video, so highly recommend. But you just turn it inside out and then sew the lining inner of the sleeve, and it turns out just fine. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. It's, yes, a little big on my daughter right now, but that was the point. It's going to fit her, I think, really well as a layering piece, or as she gets through the winter, where it'll probably fit her a lot better. The lining looks great. The fabric choice was great. I had my husband help me out with the metal snaps. Those worked out great. Definitely recommend for a confident beginner, so if you're looking for a challenge or a couple techniques that I think would challenge you. And while there was a couple confusing points during the testing period, the video tutorial definitely filled in all the gaps, making it a lot easier to follow. Um, sorry, I'm just really proud of how this turned out. I love the colors. I love how versatile the pattern was. There's multiple options for pockets. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow me. Thanks, guys.